Hello and welcome back to another episode of Car-Related Antics with Historics. I am Tom, aka TG on the internet, and I have with me driving Sarah Crabtree.
Hello there.
Hello, how are we doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you enjoying the ride?
I am enjoying it. Now today we are off to Waltham Airfield, where we are going to go and meet up with Mathew and Priddy to go and drive some classic cars ahead of the historic auction on the 12th of March at Ascot Racecourse, whereby there will be 160 plus vehicles available to view and bid on. So I want to get this out of the way.
Yeah.
What on earth am I sat in?
Do you need educating, Tom, today?
I think I do. I know it's a Zodiac.
It is a Zodiac. A Ford Zodiac. 1964.
Yeah. So is this particular car going to be in the March 12th auction?
So this is the auction. Yeah. It's sold with no reserve. We are expected it to achieve in excess of 7,000.
7,000?
Yeah.
I think I'd say 70,000.
Yeah, you don't really find a lot of Zodiacs coming to the market. So, seen a few Zephyrs recently.
Yeah.
The Zodiac is like the posh cousin of the Zephyr. So it's like the posh pants. It's a Zephyr with a bit of restyling. It's got a sleeker roofline. It's got narrower C-pillars.
So, talk me through the gears. Sorry, I'm noticing you're doing stuff all over on the steering wheel here. What is actually happening?
I can't believe. So you are so young, Tom. You are so young. So this has got a column gear change. So it's 4 gears on the column. Obviously a bench seat, so there's no room for the gear stick, which is why the cars had a column gear change back in the day. It was optional. You could have the singular seats.
Okay.
But a lot of people went for the bench seats. It was of its time. So
does this can you actually have a third person in the middle here?
Yeah, like basically you need to be like snuggled up. So you'd be driving along with your, with your sweetheart.
Look at this.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, having a bit of a cuddle.
Or 2 of them actually.
Back in the day, so in the 60s, I think Roy Orbison will have been on the radio.
Again, words that I have
Pretty
no idea
woman.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so, it'd have been quite a romantic little ride out.
You're selling me it?
Yeah. I mean, you're feeling the vibe, aren't you?
Right, we are arriving at Waltham Airfield. Let's go find some classic cars to drive, shall we?
So here we have this beautiful 1964 Ford Zodiac. Absolutely stunning. Right up my street. Absolutely love this car. It's my top pick out of the auction. So I had to come down, drive it, have a little look. Absolutely stunning. Look at those tail fins. Look at that lovely narrow C-pillar on the car. Bench seats, 2.5 litre 6-cylinder engine. Would just go cruising down any road. Absolutely beautiful car.
Thank you very much, Sarah. So the car we've got here today to look at and drive with Mathew is the Renault Alpine A310. It's from 1978. It has only covered 78,000 kilometres. And an interesting fact about this car, it's got a radiator in the front and the engine is in the back. It's got 4 seats, it's got a 2.7 litre engine, it's a V6 and is an incredible part of Renault Alpine history. The reserve on this car is between £26,000 and £32,000. So let's go find Mathew and let's go for a spin.
So, Tom, proper 70s French supercar.
This is actually the first time I think even sat in an original Alpine.
But a bit so obviously they've got the recent rebuild of the Formula One team and the new little Alpine, which is fabulous. But this was the Alpine that came after the A10, which I remember distinctly. Posters on walls. Let me turn right here.
I mean, it is a very, very cool looking thing.
And it's Group 4 homologated, apparently. That's why the wide arches on this car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's to do with homologation for racing of some sorts. It did reasonably well, I'm told. The V6 engine is directly related to the car, the engine that was in the race car. But it is bonkers French, isn't it? One-piece seat backs. At the time, really well renowned for their handling, much like the modern one now, which is big on handling.
Yeah.
Have you driven one? The more modern Alpine?
I have driven the more modern one. I'm actually going to Alpine's F1 testing in Barcelona tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how does it feel?
It's a very different driving position. My head's quite close to the roof. Your feet are in this little kind of tunnel. I'm not perhaps wearing, this won't surprise you to hear, not perhaps wearing the most sensible footwear for today's driving, but it's a good driving position. It's just a little bit different. It's good. I like it. So what engine have we got in here then?
So this is a 2.7 litre, and I think it's a Gordini 4-cylinder engine. So
Right.
it's derived, I think, from the A110, and very similar engine was used throughout into the racing programme, which I'm told was particularly successful. Quite punchy, I would imagine, under power. I would say this is a, what's this, 1978 example, yes.
Yeah.
And so this particular car has had a huge write-up in Classic Car magazine in 2019, and probably about the time it was restored.
Famous.
It's quite a famous car in the club. They are rare, of course.
I've never seen one before. I've literally never seen one before.
So estimate for this one, £26,000 to £32,000. It's a restored car, very rare.
Yeah. I mean, the restoration bill would have been more than that.
Yeah, significantly. Imagine finding the specialists.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a really, really cool piece of kit. And if you want something, you literally won't ever see another one of driving around. You'll only ever see one of these at an Alpine meet, I think.
Yeah, I
think
agree.
It's just one of those cars.
And as we walk past, there's been quizzical looks of what is it?
Yeah.
Which is, I always find quite entertaining, because you'll tip up at the pub and that's exactly the first conversation you're going to have. What exactly is it?
Yeah, you're going to have to get your Alpine spiel well rehearsed, because you're going to get asked a lot what this car is.
Well, I think a lot of people, until the Formula One team came back around again,
Yeah.
would have forgotten exactly what Alpine were.
Very palatable car. Very happy with that. Relief on everyone's face when they see us all come back in one piece. Relief on your face as well.
Thanks, Tom. Back in one piece. Right, with that Renault done, let's move over to this beautiful AC Cobra. Estimated £29,000 to £37,000. This is possibly one of the smartest looking AC Cobra replicas I've seen. This one's a Dax Tagero. It's been owned by an accountant, unbelievably, for these shouty loud cars, for the last 10 years. He bought it on his 50th. He's even done a gumball rally in it. But the most impressive thing, I think, is this stunning hardtop, which completely comes off to reveal a normal AC Cobra with a fire-breathing 5.7 V8 engine. But when you put it back on, it means you can drive in the rain. So this particular example, I think personally, one of the best cars at the auction. It's not the real thing, but the real thing's way out of price range now. We're talking nearly £1 million, and I've seen them sell up to 6 if they've got a bit of works history. But this particular car, circa £40,000, looks like great value, and one of my favourite cars.
Sounds awesome.
It does sound great, doesn't it? So this is my favourite. I've always wanted a Cobra. I mean, I'd love a Cobra, but they've gone stratospheric now. I mean, I think I saw one selling for nearly $6 million a couple of years back. That was an ex-works car.
Yeah.
And obviously aligned to Shelby. But I've always loved the fact that these replicas, the Dax, Tageros, they're all affordable. I mean, they've actually crept up in value now. This one is probably around about the £35,000 mark, maybe more.
Yeah, it's an affordable toy, isn't it?
But it is, I mean, I remember when you could buy them for 15 and I was, I should have bought one then. Never did. But they look amazing, they sound incredible. I'm not sure how much people can hear of us here, but... and we're not going very... Yeah, we're not blastingly quick. I mean, the neighbours will hate us, but...
It's only one of them got a Chevy V8.
5.7 litre V8, twin to what is not an awful lot of car. So it's all go. So this one, yeah, this one's going for the chap, relatively local. So bought it for his 50th. He's now getting a bit older, struggling to get in and out. As we noticed, it's quite a job to get in and out of.
Well, you know, I can relate to that, being in my 50s. Yeah, I can definitely relate to it. It wasn't too bad getting in. Please don't film me getting out.
It's really nimble, actually.
It looks it. I'm watching you with the steering. It is. It's very responsive, isn't it?
Yeah, he's quite confident. I wouldn't want to flip the throttle without knowing what the back end will do, but
Oh yeah.
the brakes are good.
Yeah, I'm glad it's a dry day.
I personally think this will fly past it at auction day.
I'd like to think it would.
I figure this one for the favourite. Out of the three that we're going to review today, I think this one will do best.
Well, of course you're going to say that, aren't you? I mean,
I think I'll win.
Is in it for the win.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you're only ever in it for the win, though, aren't you, Matt? With
Yes,
anything.
We've got to win.
Yeah. Well, that was a lovely drive. I'm very impressed.
Thank you all for watching, and please do come and join us at the next auction on the 12th of March at Ascot Racecourse. Now please also like and subscribe to see all of these videos, and a big thank you to Waltham Airfield, who have been fabulous with us today.